air signs. Welcome, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. This is part of the All Signs reading that is exclusive content over at Harmonia Friends, my membership site, but you can gain access to the entire reading for free. There's a 1 month free trial. So go ahead and check it out if you want to become a member. Would love to see you there. But each week I pick an element and you are the element that gets a taste of what it is like in the All Signs reads. Okay. So just take what resonates, leave the rest, and do not force anything to fit air signs. All right. We don't need that. We don't need that. All right. And if you guys like any of these decks, please just go in the description box below where I list all of the decks to purchase that I have found. All right, here we go. Calling in our guides, our ancestors, and our ascendant masters. Spirit, what is going on for air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius? So air signs, I do want to let you know, and this is part of the channel messages as I'm grounding myself and shuffling your cards, that this is my second attempt on doing the air signs reading, because I had every intention of doing this in one swoop with my all signs, as I typically do. But there was some sound issues and interference, and I unfortunately was over an hour in, and anyway, it got wiped. It got wiped. So I do remember the challenge, and I'm not going to pull the card because it may come out a little bit on here. But obviously there's a message here, because this is the sign, this is the signs that had the issue. All right. All of my air signs got wiped, and Cancer was another one from one of my water signs. So if you have Cancer in your chart, there may be more messages on the other side that you need to listen to. Okay. And I go in more detail about what that message is, but I am going to say it is all about compassion. It is all about unconditional love. Whatever comes up that needs to be reminded about love. Love is all around you, air signs. Okay. Love is all around you. Here we go. Temple of Black Obsidian, the Dark Healing Chamber. Well, that is one of the most protective. I love obsidian. I have obsidian all around me. It's such a grounding stone, but it's such a protective energy, obsidian, and it's beautiful. And let's see what the book here has to say about the Temple of Obsidian. Give me a second, because it's not numbered here. And hold on. Oh boy. Oh boy. So I found it. Sorry, this book isn't very easy to find the cards on here. They're not numbered. They are in alphabetical, but then they change it a little bit when it gets to a group of cards. And this is part of a group of crystal cards within the Isis Oracle deck. So the Temple of Black Obsidian. It says here, air signs. It's a ruthlessly honest place of raw, ready for it, raw love and healing. Truly profound and lasting. Deep relief and transformation can occur here. Black obsidian is protective and revealing. It will prevent harm from external or internal forces, but it will also reveal that which has been lurking in the shadows of the self, trying to avoid being brought out into the open for the fear of rejection. You're doing some shadow work here. And within is the answers, for sure. Interesting. I just heard a siren in the back. Anytime I hear sirens, that's my calling for Archangel Michael. So I feel like Archangel Michael's energy is strongly here, and such a protective force. And you are very, very protected. And any kind of rejection that you have right now, or if you're in a status here of not having all the energies or answers, I'm sorry, not energies, and the energies are weighing heavily on you, meaning the negative energies, you're kind of like in this protective bubble right now. Let's see what else is going on for Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. We're using the Cozy Witch deck. No reversals on initial story play. What else is going on with this challenge, Spirit? We have the Page of Pentacles. When life gives you lemon, make enchanted lemonade. Interesting. Something sour here. You're in the healing phase. I mean, we have the star here, Aquarius. Have faith. The healing is on the forecast. I feel like you're in a stage here of loving you, doing some inner reflection. There is a new opportunity to look at this womp womp, and it does feel like that. I feel like you have sorry, my hand's shaking a little bit. I was doing some yard work earlier, so I feel like my hands are a little bit unsteady. But I feel like you're overworking yourself here. And that's probably because anything that happens within these readings becomes part of the readings here. Okay. It takes great strength here just to even hold cards up because my muscles are just so tired right now from doing yard work. But I feel like there's an opportunity here to refreshen yourself and to see the beauty of this, just like how I was weed whacking earlier, right? We're clearing out the weeds, but then the finished product of it, the product of it is a really manicured, clean yard. And there's something here where you're cleaning out the gunk. And I feel like there's a reflection here. And I do feel like you got a loved one here on the other side. Birds may be significant to you, but I feel like you have so much love and support all around you, not just your ancestors, but like I said, your guides, your angels, animals are just so attracted to you. The elementals, there's just so many different beings here that support you in your journey. And you are absolutely 100% not alone. And you just have a lot of magical energy around you of still having faith, trying to make something sour good. This is benefiting you. Still thinking about what the title is going to be, but we're going to break down into Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Here we go. We're using the Ghostbusters deck. This is a new deck that I've been waiting for this deck for quite some time, but it's been fun. It's a little bit catchy, but I mean, it's Ghostbusters. So reversals are now up. Here we go. We have Aquarius. 1, 2, 3, Libra. And Gemini, you are up. Just timestamp this. All right, Gemini, let's see what we have here. We have the 8 of Wands, the Hangman, and the World. Somebody was ready to get started and another person thought it was over. I mean, I just feel like there's two people here, right? There's two. There we go. I forget who these brothers' names were, but when you think of the Hangman, there's something here where there was a mutual understanding that you two were not on the same page. So I got a Gemini here who knows that they were not on the same page. I do feel, though, as much as you both got zapped, and you both did, it hurt. Like, I mean, it's electrocution here. So I feel pain, but somebody here is in the pain and focused on the pain happening to them. And another person here is kind of looking at this as a rebirth. And I'm going to say, Gemini, it is you. All right. You are moving through the pain right now. And you may be, even though you may be separated from this person, I feel like there is light communication, but the communication is so in and out. And the in and out part is actually intentional. Because, and here's the thing, I don't know what, I feel like the universe here is the one that's bringing in and out. It's like anytime something is planned for you guys to communicate or talk, something happens, right? Like something gets in the way. There's another priority, car breaks down. But I feel like the two of you are like, there's situations outside of both your controls that happen. And there's never really this connection here of really being able to sit down and talk to each other face to face. All right. Or like bad connection or something. But the perception here is you're realizing that this is divine protection and that you're going through a rebirth here. And so the stuff that you may be hearing isn't always clear, but it's kind of like, I don't really care anymore. Ah, is that what it is? Are you hearing gossip and shit? That other person here pointing the finger or blaming everything, doing things here to separate, but like not really telling you personally. But it's like, that's noise to you. It's entirely noise to this Gemini. Gemini's like, I got bigger things to do. I got the world in front of me, and the world is the last card in the major arcana here, which means you've been through judgment. You are seeing things through a loving eye. You are, and you're being vulnerable here to treat this as new. What advice does Spirit have for Gemini who's feeling this? Oh my gosh, there you go. Sweeping it out. Tidy up your life so that you can make space for something better. You already feel that this is universal protection. You have already gone through the steps and actions here to remove this from your life. You do not want this anymore. And the things that you have from this person, and I've said this before in another reading, and maybe a reading here that was part of the one that I said that did not get through. But this to me feels like if this is an ex or something, that you shouldn't even hold on to the old stuff, but it doesn't mean you throw it out. Donate it, okay? Give it to another cause here, but do it with love, just so you're not holding on to the old energy of the other individual. And that is part of your protection of you taking care of yourself here with a broom. All right, cleaning, renovating, or just minding your business and staying in your lane and working on things that you know you can while this is going on. Yeah, Knight of Cups, because there's a new offer coming your way. All right. And it says romanticize the present moment every chance that you get. You have such a new perception of this. Yes, this person gave you, it ended sour. This is for a Gemini who ended sour, but I feel like some kind of rejection that they put in, the universe also stepped in and didn't really let this person truly back into your circle. All right. And kind of assisted you without you having to put a firm boundary. I think you just became unbothered by this person. And the universe is saying, job well done. So I do feel like you have a new opportunity coming your way. Some of you, it's to move to a new location. Or if you're moving into entrepreneurship, there's something about finding a brick and mortar, I hear. So it's like making the location from online to building it to a local community. Interesting. All right, that's what we have for Gemini. I'm going to clear the board and I'll be back for. All right, Libra, let's see what's going on for you. Page of Traps, which is the Page of Cups reversed, the Knight of Traps reversed, and we have, okay, so they're all reversed. Yeah. So you know what happens when I see that they're all reversed. It's not that they're all upright. It just means that there is some extreme issues here. The good thing, Libra, is that we're at a 10. So I do feel that whatever this burden is about this opportunity that did not go your way, there's the ability here to clear this. This protection, this rejection, and this overwhelming desire here. Some of you feel like there was it's like, did this offer make you sick? I think you were sick with worry. For many of you, I just feel, I mean, these are really positive cards when you look at them this way, right? It's a very emotional, loving energy, but man, I can't keep looking at what this Page of Pentacles says. When life gives you lemons, make enchanted lemonade. There is an offer that made you sick. I mean, it's kind of like you drank too much and now you're really hungover, and you may say, I'm never going to do that again. All right. It was a harsh lesson, but it's one of those things that I believe for you, Libra, that this harsh lesson, the star energy here, is that it's actually allowed you to be more closer to the universe or closer to God. Because I feel that you are letting something finally be outside of your hands. You're guarded for sure, the way you're holding your hands across your chest. I feel like there's something very guarded about you, but at the same time, it's because this hurt really badly. This was something here that I feel you consumed or you went after. And once you put so much time and emotion to, could even been an individual relationship, it just became such a burden that you couldn't hold it anymore. The actions here of just letting go. So this rejection, or if you didn't reject an offer here, this is somebody here who may have rejected you, or an opportunity here that did not go as planned. I mean, this could be work too, right? Maybe an idea. I mean, Libra, this could be an idea that you were like so gung ho, you put so much work and effort on and just didn't get the results that you thought you would. And it made you sick to your stomach, you know? Let's see what advice Spirit has for you, Libra. What advice does Spirit have for you? There's an opportunity here to make and drink something that is way more refreshing. Way more refreshing, not so sour, because it was bittersweet. And there is something here that this was a very bittersweet ending for you. It was. But look at all of this cups, 9 of cups now. All right. You had to taste this to understand the fulfillment of what it is. Live in a constant state of gratitude. It's kind of like whatever you were doing extremes. And I think you were extremely trying to push something to make it work and it wasn't. Spirit is stating to you, you've learned your lesson. And I feel that with this van here, and I have never really looked at this card like this, but I see it now. I can see it for Libra. All right. Your loyalty lies with the things around you that are meant to go on the ride for you. And for some of you, you have someone here very devoted who's meant to go on this ride for you. It's kind of like, especially if this is somebody here who is toxic, you are in the move here to be aligned with an individual who's really meant to be aligned to you, who's loyal as fuck. All right. Who understands you, is unconditional. Dogs are all unconditional. And some of you, it is an animal. All right. But this reminds me a lot of the Chariot energy is where I was getting at. It reminds me of the Chariot. So I feel like this is leading you to new places and new spaces here. Some of you, a new job. Some of you, it's kind of pushed you into your entrepreneurship. Others of you, it's pushed you for love into something here about unconditional love and feeling very happy towards what you want. Look at that. Beautiful. The Cozy Witch, which is a 0, which is all about your self-worth, because it is the Fool who's optimistic about their new start, their new approach. Take a chance, for each morning is a new beginning. This is you taking a piss poor situation, understanding that it wasn't what it is, but that if you add water to it, you can make it into something better. If you add your emotions into it, if you allow things to come out, state your feelings, accept things for how they are, you are literally causing the effect here for you to breathe some fresh air. And I feel with those windows open, there's a new opportunity specifically here for you that is not going to bring the past in with this. It's kind of like, there's the reason for it, and you're not bitter about it. You're not resentful for it. This is somebody here who's optimistic and knows their worth, is completely authentic. I love that it's the mirror. So it feels like somebody here who is very optimistic about where they're going and who is on the ride with them. And they definitely have somebody on the ride who's very loyal to them. All right, let's move on to Aquarius. Let me clean the board up here and we'll get Aquarius. Here we go. We have Justice, Libra energy reversed, the 7 of Cups, which is a 7 of Traps in this deck, and the Magician. Why are you going around in circles? I feel like this is significant, is the pattern of this, okay? You're doing something in circles. It's like you're spinning the wheel here, spinning the wheel of opportunities, which way to go, but you are unsure of the direction of which way to go. That's kind of hard to do, because when you're trying to manifest and not sure which direction you're going, you're actually causing more of this. It's unbalanced. Justice energy here. I feel like something here was decided outside of the forces of what you truly wanted. So this is not on the table anymore for you, okay? Or maybe it's returned back into here, but it's something here where it wasn't the right time. So it's leaving you now in a cycle here of spinning. And I feel that you're very confused because this is something here that you thought was either the end all or a done deal. Aquarius thought something here was a done deal for them. All right. But it was a lemon. I mean, it is what it is. All right. There's an opportunity here to nurture this in a different way. But there is some confusion here because you're in the midst here to manifest. But do you see how everything's kind of like all over the place? In order to do this, you got to be clear on what direction you want to go. And right now, this is somebody here who's very confused or looking at their options and is not sure which direction to go at all. Let's see what advice Spirit has for you. What lights you up is what I heard. Seven of Swords. Are your actions really as selfless as you think? Something is hidden. Something here is hiding. I also see this boot here of a spider. Something here. They're like, ew, you're feeling kind of bad because you killed the spider. Like it says when it's really not doing anything wrong here, other than like it's not supposed to be in this house. I don't know. It's like it should be in a different terrain, a different environment. But this, you're fearful of this. You're fearful of something in your environment. I feel like something invaded your environment or invaded your belief system or invaded what you felt was your privacy. And there's something here about giving something the boot, or some of you may have felt like you got the boot. Some of you that is. I just heard boots are made for walking. But the Seven of Swords is usually something hidden. It's usually, it says here, are your actions really as selfless as you think? There's fear here. Look at this. King of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Shine your inner light, bright enough for others to follow. This is definitely for a very creative or has the ability to be very creative. You could be an extrovert. You don't have to be. But I do feel like you're a very creative individual here with some big ideas and endeavors. And some of you, it's just confidence. And some of you are actually fearful of your confidence because once you have your confidence, you know you can manifest anything of your desires. Some of you, your biggest fear is actually to have wish fulfillment. Yeah. And it's not for the level of, oh my gosh, I'm fearful of the people in my life. I'm fearful of success. I'm fearful of happiness. But the truth is you've never really had that to some extent. I mean, happiness is fleeting anyway. But I feel this energy of the biggest fear for you is being abused. Okay. It's like once you enter this house, it's something here where something may not like you anymore. So there's something here about you following suit. Now it's someone here who's opening door. Okay. It's almost like I'm not so fearful of what's outside there anymore. I'm not so fearful of what's outside there. A lot of you just what's coming, you're kind of in your way of your own cycles of fears. Okay. Afraid to leave the comfort zone of your circle. Okay. You could be somebody who's a homebody, but really meant to be out there. Okay. And explore, but exploration may make you feel a little bit nauseated because you've had issues where you've had opportunities here where you did put the work and effort and got hurt really bad. But I do feel that something here is unbalanced and putting you in a spiral circle again. And I don't feel like you're spiraling in the bad way. It's just what you are manifesting is the circle, is that, you have a break going on here, a break. There's 2 sevens here too. That's important. We have the 7 of Swords here and the 7 of Cups. I'm going to pull one more card for, let me do it on time. We're okay on time. High Priestess. When in doubt, your first gut feeling can always be trusted. That's how you're going to make your decision. Most of the stuff your decisions are based upon the what ifs, the buts, and those are the fears. This is being confident enough to know that is what you really desire. That's where you want to put your time and efforts in there. And if it does go sour, you have the ability, if it goes sour, you always, Spirit saying you always have the ability to make it better, to use that as a lesson here and have faith. So why wait? Why allow yourself to be spinning? This is something here where it's you're declaring. So if you're declaring that you're confident, if you're declaring that you're the entrepreneur, if you're declaring that you want a new partner, it's all about getting back out there. Yeah. And I feel for some of you, if you are readers like myself, you know, a lot of times people externally look for tarot as an answer, but to me, how I utilize tarot, especially if I do a reading on myself, is all self-development. And it comes always back to going within and how the cards make you feel. The cards don't lie, and neither do our feelings. And some of you really need to educate yourself on how your body feels and really connecting with yourself so that you feel more confident on some of the decisions that you have been making. I feel in the past, your confidence gets kind of knocked down because you went against the grain of your intuition. But again, the more you go against the grain or you have those failures, the more opportunities you're going to have to also succeed, because you're going to know that's not going to be the one, right? So there's something about testing the waters or tasting things for how they are, because if you get into something, at least if you try it, you can say, well, it wasn't my cup of tea, and then you can say, all right, and get excited for the next move. There's something here where I feel whatever this rejection was is a chance for you to really taste what you truly desire, right? Even if you were outside of control of this, I feel the universe is giving you the opportunity to taste different options and to not be so fearful and not keep creating the same spinning effect here of the circle, the cycle, continuously coming back and forth. Eventually, you will break the cycle. You will, but you are very protected. All right, that's what I have for our air signs. Like I said, if any of these resonated, there may be more messages over at the All Signs reading that I posted today. So if you want to join, I would love to see you there. But if not, this is where we part ways. You guys take care and have a good one.